Once upon a time, in a lush, green forest teeming with life, lived a bunny who was faster than anyone else. His name was Harley, and he was proud, oh so proud, of his incredible speed. He would zip through the meadows like a lightning bolt, leaving a gust of wind in his wake. "Look at me," he'd boast to the other animals. "I'm the fastest creature in the whole wide world. No one can even come close." The other animals would just roll their eyes. They were tired of Harley's bragging. One sunny morning, Harley was lounging by the riverbank, munching on a juicy clover, when he saw Sheldon the turtle, slowly and steadily making his way along the path. Sheldon was known for his calm, patient nature, and he never seemed to be in a hurry. Harley, seeing a perfect opportunity to show off, hopped right in front of him. Well, if it isn't Sheldon the slowpoke. Harley chuckled. "I bet it takes you all day just to get to the other side of this field. I could run there and back 100 times before you even cross the starting line." Sheldon looked up at the boastful bunny, a gentle smile on his face. He was used to Harley's taunts, but today he felt a little spark of defiance. "You may be fast, Harley," Sheldon said in his slow, calm voice, "but speed isn't everything. Sometimes slow and steady is a better way." Harley threw his head back and laughed a loud, booming laugh. "Slow and steady? You're joking. I could beat you in a race with my eyes closed and one paw tied behind my back. Is that a challenge?" Sheldon asked, his eyes twinkling. The other animals, who had gathered around to see the commotion, gasped. A race? Between the lightning-fast Harley and the slow-moving Sheldon? This was going to be interesting. "You bet it is," Harley declared, puffing out his chest. "Let's race to the big oak tree at the top of Sunny Hill. The first one to touch its trunk is the winner, and the undisputed fastest animal in the forest." The crowd buzzed with excitement. A wise old owl, perched on a branch nearby, hooted, "I will mark the starting line and declare the winner." And so, the race was set. The next day, animals from all corners of the forest gathered to watch the great race. The starting line was a thick vine stretched across the path. Harley was on one side, bouncing on his toes, stretching his long legs, and wiggling his nose with impatience. On the other side stood Sheldon, calm and composed, looking straight ahead at the distant oak tree on the hill. "Ready, set, go!" a woodpecker chirped, and the race began. As expected, Harley shot off like an arrow from a bow. Dust flew up from his powerful hind legs as he vanished down the path in a blur of white fur. He looked back and saw Sheldon, just barely crossing the starting line. "Ha!" Harley thought to himself. "This is too easy. I'll be at the finish line before he even reaches the first bend." He zoomed past the berry bushes, zipped through the wildflower meadow, and bounded over the babbling brook. He was so far ahead, he couldn't even see Sheldon behind him anymore. Feeling incredibly confident, Harley decided he had more than enough time for a little detour. He spotted a delicious-looking carrot patch just off the path. "A quick snack won't hurt," he mumbled to himself. He hopped into the patch and started munching on the sweet, crunchy carrots. After eating his fill, he felt a little sleepy. The sun was warm, and the grass looked so inviting. He saw a shady spot under a large willow tree. "I'll just take a quick little nap," Harley yawned. "That slow old turtle will never catch up. I'll wake up, dash to the finish, and still win by a mile." He curled up, his long ears flopping over his eyes, and quickly drifted off to sleep. Meanwhile, Sheldon the turtle just kept going. He didn't stop. He didn't get distracted. He just put one foot in front of the other, his eyes fixed on the goal, the big oak tree on Sunny Hill. It was a long and difficult journey for him. He moved slowly, step by painstaking step. He saw the carrot patch where Harley had stopped for a snack, but he kept going. He plodded past the willow tree and saw Harley, fast asleep and snoring softly. Sheldon smiled to himself but didn't stop. He just kept moving forward, steady and determined. The sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the forest. Suddenly, Harley's eyes snapped open. He sat up with a jolt, looking around in a panic. "Oh no! I overslept!" he cried. He leaped to his feet and peered down the path toward the finish line. His heart sank. In the distance, he could see a small, round shape, moving ever so slowly, but getting closer and closer to the big oak tree. It was Sheldon! With a surge of adrenaline, Harley took off, running faster than he had ever run before. His legs were a blur. The wind whistled past his ears. "No, no, no! I can still make it!" he panted. He was closing the distance fast, but Sheldon was already at the base of the hill. The crowd of animals at the finish line was going wild. They were cheering and shouting, "Go, Sheldon, go! You can do it!" Harley pushed himself harder, his lungs burning, his muscles aching. He could see Sheldon just inches away from the tree trunk. But it was too late. Just as Harley was about to leap forward for a final, desperate lunge, Sheldon stretched out his long neck and gently touched his nose to the bark of the big oak tree. He had won! The crowd erupted in a massive cheer. Sheldon had done the impossible. Harley skidded to a stop, panting and defeated, just a few feet from the finish line. He watched as the other animals lifted Sheldon onto their shoulders, chanting his name. He had been so sure of his victory, so arrogant in his speed, and he had lost to the slowest animal he knew. Feeling ashamed, Harley walked slowly over to Sheldon. "You were right, Sheldon," he said quietly, his ears drooping. "I was too proud and careless. You won fair and square. Your slow and steady pace beat my speed." Sheldon smiled his kind, gentle smile. "It's okay, Harley," he said. "The important thing is not just to be fast, but to be determined and to never give up." From that day on, Harley the bunny was a changed animal. He was still the fastest in the forest, but he was no longer a braggart. He learned that talent is a wonderful gift, but it's hard work, perseverance, and humility that truly lead to success. And he and Sheldon became the very best of friends, a constant reminder to everyone in the forest that slow and steady wins a race. Thanks for watching our story today. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more fun stories and animations. We'd love to have you as part of our community. See you next time.